My sister announced her engagement at my wedding reception because she couldn't wait, so I made sure her big day got the same treatment. I should have seen it coming when she insisted on wearing white to my rehearsal dinner, or when she accidentally caught my bouquet by shoving the maid of honor. But nothing prepared me for what happened during my father-daughter dance. The music stopped mid-song. My sister grabbed the microphone from the DJ booth, tears streaming down her face in what I now know was pure theatrical performance. "I'm sorry to interrupt," she sobbed, "but Quentin proposed last night and I just couldn't keep it a secret any longer." The room erupted. My wedding guests, people who had traveled across the country to celebrate my marriage to Darius, immediately swarmed my sister. She produced a ring box like a magician pulling a rabbit from a hat. Later, I found out she'd hidden it in the bathroom all evening, waiting for her moment. My new mother-in-law actually hugged her and said, "How romantic, that love can't wait." I stood there in my $3,000 dress, watching my reception turn into my sister's engagement party. The photographer started taking pictures of her and Quentin. The DJ played their song. My cake became the backdrop for their announcement photos. Darius squeezed my hand. "We'll deal with this later," he whispered. But I was already planning. 6 months later, I got the invitation to her engagement party. Black tie at the country club with 200 guests. She'd hired the same wedding planner I'd used, stolen my color scheme, and even booked the same florist. She wasn't just copying my wedding, she was trying to upstage it entirely. The morning of her party, I called my cousin Bridget, who worked as a server at the country club. "I need a favor," I said, "and I'll pay you very well for it." That evening, I arrived fashionably late in a stunning red dress. My sister preened in white, showing off her ring to anyone who would listen. The party was perfect. Elegant centerpieces, string quartet, champagne fountain. I waited until the toast began. Dad stood up first, followed by Quentin's parents, then several friends. Finally, I raised my glass. "May I say something?" I asked sweetly. My sister beamed, probably expecting me to gush about sisterly love and wedding planning tips. Instead, I pulled out my phone and connected it to the sound system. "I wanted to share something special with everyone," I announced. "A recording from Quentin's bachelor party last week." The color drained from my sister's face. I'd hired a private investigator after discovering Quentin had been cheating throughout their entire relationship. But what played through the speakers wasn't just evidence of his infidelity, it was him drunkenly confessing to his friends that he was only marrying my sister for her trust fund, and that he planned to file for divorce after exactly 2 years to maximize his settlement. "She's so stupid," his voice echoed through the silent ballroom, "acting like this is some fairy tale romance. Her dad already offered me a job at his firm. I'll clean out that family and be set for life." The recording continued for 30 seconds that felt like an eternity. Quentin's voice clear and unmistakable, describing my sister in terms that made several guests gasp audibly. When it ended, the silence was deafening. My sister stood frozen, the ring sliding off her trembling finger and hitting the marble floor with a crystalline ping that seemed to echo forever. But just as she opened her mouth to speak, the country club's fire alarm began blaring. In the chaos that followed, I noticed something that made my blood run cold. Something that would change everything I thought I knew about that night. I couldn't fit what happens next in this short video. Watch the rest down below.